Hello, today is 5/28 of 25 and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. At 10:30 this morning, I had my breakfast, which consisted of my coffee, which I made with 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk, 2 shots of espresso, and some whey isolate protein powder. This is Naked brand. I really like this brand because it mixes in really well, like breaks down really nicely. And then I also added my electrolytes to it. So I used a salty packet. This is Coco Loco flavor. It's a Keto Chow brand electrolyte mix. So I add that in with my coffee. It was great. And then I had a donut. So there's a local bakery that makes gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. I had one of those. That was at about 10:30 this morning. It is currently 2:30 and I am ready for my second meal. So I'm using up some things in my refrigerator. I leave tomorrow to go camping. So I have one of my Okios blueberry 000 yogurts and about a 1/2 cup of blackberries that I will have. And then I am trying a new factor meal. I've never tried this one before. This is Indian style butter chicken with cauli rice, tiki masala, green beans, mushrooms, and cauliflower. So this is 600 calories with 44 fat, 17 carbs, and 6 fiber, so 11 net carbs, a total of 7 sugars, but no added sugar, and then the protein is 32, and the sodium is 890. Pretty clean ingredients from what I can see. It's a pretty long list, but lots of spices, so it's not bad. It's 600 calories, and when I look at this, there's just not much here. And I don't have the right camera to kind of like have you be able to see it very well. But like this, the green beans, there's maybe 3 bites of green beans there. There's very little chicken. I think it's 4 ounces, which I guess is what, a lot of people consider as a serving. But for me, like it's like double that I usually have, or at least 6 ounces. So I'm just a little like, that's kind of one of the reasons that I stopped eating factor meals, was just because I don't get a whole lot of protein from them or a whole lot of like nutrients from them. I think with their keto version, they just kind of add a lot of fat, which I'm not against fat, but I prioritize protein. I'd rather have more protein than fat. And so that's kind of why I've kind of veered away from using them. But I had this in my freezer from having ordered it a while ago. And I'm trying to, like I said, use up food that I have and not be buying groceries or anything like that. So I'm going to give this a try. This is just the chicken with the cauliflower rice. It smells really good. And the flavor's not bad. It's just a bit mild, I guess. I was thinking that it would have more flavor than it actually does. I will probably need to add some salt to this. And then the chicken is dry, which is not, I guess, what I'm used to. Or, I guess it's been a long time since I've had a factor meal. But when I compare it to like the Park Street Deli meats that I get, those are so much more moist than this. This chicken is kind of dry. All right, I'm gonna try the green beans. It's actually green beans and mushrooms and cauliflower. But there's so little here. I like that a lot better. That has a lot more flavor than the chicken does. I just kind of wish that there was more of it. But that part is really good. So probably not one that I would ever, not, like I said, it's not like I use them very often anyway. But probably not one that I would like order again if it was things that I was ordering. Just because the flavor is pretty mild and the chicken is kind of dry. So we went to a picnic, and I didn't think there would be a lot there for us to eat, but I thought there would be something. Even the fruit was like high carb fruit. It was oranges and pineapple and watermelon. The only thing that we could have eaten was hot dogs, just plain hot dogs. And they were about the cheapest hot dogs you could get. So we were not going to eat those. Just like personal preference, we don't care for them. So we ended up going to Taco John's on the way home, and we got hard shell tacos. So when I have hard shell tacos from Taco John's, I always take off like the top half of the shell. I end up eating about half of the shell. I did that anyway, like before I was on this journey, before I changed my diet, just because I want like more meat than shell. So I do it that way. And that's how I have logged it here into Fat Secret also. So I like figured out what the nutritional information is. I mean, as best as I could figure it out, with taking off half of the shell. And so that's how I entered it into Fat Secret. I had 3 tacos. They were the beef tacos. I also had a sparkling ice water and a Flash IV, Body Armor Flash IV. So I ended up with about 1,700 calories. My protein's a little low at 124, but I eat plenty on other days, so I'm not really worried about it. My net carbs are 40, so a little bit higher than normal, but not bad. And then my fat is 104. So I had an okay day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.